Process of love, there was much more troubles and worries that I caused than the love itself. But I would love to say that my parents were quick learners because in a jiffy they learned the lesson, and in a span of 3 years, my sister was born. So my sister and I both were born in Hosur, a small town near Bangalore. When we grew up, my childhood was fortunately or unfortunately not like the most of the guys who are sitting in the room right now. Because if I right now ask a question to any of you here, what did you do in your childhood? I was already smiling. Because all of you would come up with answers like Pokemon, Dragon Ball Z, Beyblade and stuff. But I'm extremely proud to say that yes, I'm a guy. I didn't watch Pokemon, I never played with the Beyblade, I didn't like Dragon Ball Z and stuff, and guys like we do exist. So moving on, if you guys are wondering what else did he do in the childhood, all you have to say is, guys, join me, we're all in the same club, because I have no answer to it. But yes, I have few instances, especially to be precise, 2 stories and 1 organization that has changed me and made me confident to get the title of been there, done that, and what's next. So the first instance, so one break after summer in my school, when we all came back, the entire class was going bonkers, and the students were very excited. The girls and guys, as you all know, show the excitement in very different ways. The girls, as usual, flaunting their new hair clips, new pencil box, lunch boxes. On the other side, the guys showing off who can fly a better boat or a paper flight and etc. But there's this one guy who's sitting in the corner just looking at them when the entire class was going bonkers. And I'm not making this up. The only reason I did not participate or take part or involved in the activities is because my mom strictly told me that you should never tear a page of your sheet of the book. And yes, I'm not making this up. So till date, I still don't know how to make a paper flight or a paper boat. So moving on, this changed my life in a lot of ways because I could never really gel with the crowd and never really enjoy whatever they were doing because I never fit in. So this piled up to a moment where I had to go up to my mom and then ask her and tell her the entire story and ask her for help. But sometimes I think my mom also forgets her role because in the house she's a mother, but as an occupation she doesn't work in a school as a teacher, but she's a principal of school. So I don't know if she got confused if she's talking to the teacher or a student or her own son. So when I went up to her and dictated the entire story, all she said was, listen, there was a school, again you can see where it's coming from, there was a school in the jungle, you can see the imagination already, there's a school in the jungle where the subjects were swimming, climbing a tree, flying and running. So the fish would always come last in everything but swimming, and the bird would always come last everything but flying. The same goes to other animals as well. And then she said, don't worry, keep this in mind. And then she said, everything will happen in the way, and she left. And I had no idea because I was very young, and all I wanted my mother to tell me is to sit down and then teach me actually how to make a paper flight because that would solve my problem. But in the end, this is what she told me. Moving on, this piled up little more. All of a sudden, my parents came up with a decision of shifting to Bangalore because they thought the personal development and stuff is better here. So we came here. And I was extremely happy. I wanted to start my life afresh. So this time I thought, let me try doing something. I actually sat down by the television and started trying to watch these cartoons and stuff, but I could never fit in there. So then this again happened, and then I had to go to my mom. And this time I thought she will deal it in a different way. Yes, she dealt it with a different way. The only difference was the story. She again had to tell me another story. So this time she told me something which happened when I was very young, which I didn't remember. She said, Nishant, do you know something? You always used to cry and used to come up to me and say that I don't love you only because your sister was milk white and used to hate the fact that you were a little darker. So then I was like, Mommy, I'm telling you something else and why are you telling me this? And she then ended up telling me, okay, so just answer my question. Which color is the best color in the world? I said, Mommy, please, I'm not ready for this. And she said, no, just answer the question. I said, I guess white. And she said, no, the best color in the world is the color that suits you the best. But this time I was old enough to understand what she actually told me. So then I started understanding that I wanted to move out of the crowd, and if at all I can't get in, it's okay, nothing wrong in not forcing yourself, nothing wrong and you don't have to force yourself to get into the crowd. So this way, after this, every situation I came through, I just had a vision in my mind. I just wanted to know where I had to go. If I liked it, I would go there and then experience it and then leave it. So in school, I would love all the leadership roles. So I applied for all this vice captain, head boy, and so on. So I got all that. 10th and 12th went on very good grades. In the end, it came for my degree. So as you all know, or it's very obvious that yes, I'm an engineer, but there's two main reasons for it. One, I'm a South Indian, a Tamilian to be precise, and second, I'm the elder kid. So you can all cross-check with your friends and stuff, the first kid, and if you're a South Indian family, you are always an engineer. But which college to enter was the question. The college, I always wanted to choose a college that would not only give me only academics, but a lot of things to choose from. So VIT University, it was. So finally, from VIT University, I had two organizations to choose from. One was Toastmasters and the other one ISEC. I'm glad that I chose ISEC, and the main reason I'm here talking to all of you is because of the organization called ISEC. In the end, next time I hear the word Icebreaker, I would have a sigh of relief and say, being there, with extreme pride, I would say, done that, and I'm finally asking you, fellow Toastmaster, what's in store next? Thank you so much.